Greetings and welcome to Friday Night Spotlight. I'm your host, Dr. Samuel Hampton II. You know how we do on the Friday Night Spotlight. I actually went on in. Let's get excited. Why? Because I have the wonderful opportunity to bring outstanding people to you doing phenomenal things, both locally and beyond. And on today, did you hear me? On today, I have somebody that you are very familiar with who was formerly known as Laura Winslow on Family Matters. But let's really meet the real who she really is Shanygne Williams. How you doing on tonight?
How are you?
Doing wonderful. I'm so glad to have you on the Friday Night Spotlight.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
So tell, the people always talk about Family Matters. I know you probably hear that everywhere you go. Tell us a little about yourself and how did you get into all of this acting and everything?
Well, people wouldn't believe it, but I was incredibly shy as a very young child. So my parents were like, you're about to start school. I would only talk to like really old people.
Really old people?
Old people.
Why is this?
I don't know. That's the only place I felt comfortable.
Okay.
So they were like, well, but you're starting school, so you're going to need to talk to not old people too.
Not old people.
Right. So they put me in theater classes to kind of help bring me out and make me more comfortable with my peers. And I enjoyed it so much that I told my father that I wanted to do it professionally. So He got me into more training and helped me to get an agent and a manager. And I started going on auditions. I got the audition for Family Matters in, I think it was 88? No. 88, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Around there.
Somewhere in there, right.
But, and so I got the call. I had an audition in the basement of my house on a VHS tape.
Hold on. The audition was done at home?
At home.
You didn't have to go
first
to
audition.
Okay, first audition. Okay.
They got to see if they even want you to come to the second audition.
Right.
Don't come here if it's terrible.
Right.
So we did the first audition in the basement of our house, and we sent the VHS tape to California. They wanted me for a callback. I went to New York. Right. And had a great audition there. And then they asked me to come to California, and that's when I got the job.
Wow. So as a person who started out shy, and what was it like starting to be in front of the camera and having people talk about, here's what you need to do, here's the marks, here's the spots, having these interactions of emotions, what was that like?
Well, that's the great thing about coming up prepared. I was in a lot of theater before I got to that stage. So I was very familiar with coming in, how to enter the scene, where to stand, what to say at the time. I mean, I was just already very prepared. I mean, it was a different world, obviously, but it was very similar to being on stage, which is what I did most as a very young person.
So you in acting, you're doing Family Matters. What was it like then now with the success that came with Family Matters?
It was awesome. You see a lot of young performers who had a horrible time when they were in Hollywood as young people, but I had a ball.
Wow.
I think that at its best, when acting is done well, it's because you're watching somebody have an actual experience with somebody. It's not just you saying lines, it's you saying the line to somebody that you have a real connection with.
Yes.
And on that set, we had a very close connection with all the members of the cast. And so I think that that's the thing that people got the most, is that we really enjoyed each other. We really consider each other family, and we really like being together.
Now, one of the things I always ask and want to know about it, because we, as a person who's watching the shows, right? We always will they have the next season? How's that as an actress, as you're going through, wondering if your seasons are going to be picked up for the next season?
Oh, trust me, my wondering if it'll be a next season is way deeper than you wondering.
I know that's right. I know. But we love it though. We love the show.
I'm like, please, Lord, let it be a next season. So yeah, I mean, you usually hear towards the end of the current or whatever season you're shooting whether the show is going to be picked up or not.
Got you. So you have all this time as an actress, and you're doing this. You've done theater. You started, but then you started to transition after Family Matters and start doing other things. How did you get into producing and acting?
Well, at heart, I'm a creative.
Okay.
So I like to not only perform the words of other people. I had ideas that I wanted to make, scenarios that I wanted to explore. So as I began to explore that part of the process, coming up with an idea, finding a writer to help execute that part of it, and then coming up with a production team, I realized that I enjoyed that part as well. Mm-hmm. And that I knew my father and my stepmother, that they wanted to do that so that we could do it together.
All right.
So you grow with growth. Once you make an announcement that you want to do something, you find that there are a lot of other people who are interested in similar things.
So I know people are watching on the night, and they're like, man, how do I do what she's done? What would be your words of advice to individuals who say, I want to be in acting, I want to do Hollywood, or I want to produce and direct as you have done?
Do it. Just start making a step. It's not always the right step, but a step. Because trying can be a very inactive word. Mm-hmm. I can say, I'm actually trying to climb the Himalayas. Well, I'm thinking about it. But
right.
I'm not doing anything.
Correct. So,
gather with like-minded people. Come up with a strategy. Get it done. People think that, they believe in magical thinking, where you don't have to do anything and it just arrives at you.
Yeah.
You have to make steps. And usually you'll intersect with somebody who wants to do something similar, and it makes the journey easier.
So you have your father, your stepmother, y'all starting to think about things. Mm-hmm. Were those ideas and creative thoughts received, or did you have to push through? Or how did you get it to where you're now doing Dreamflix and all that? How did you get there?
Well, for me, I moved from California in early 2000s to start to do this work. And then, I spent some time doing other things. It kind of like, it takes you time to kind of, to tighten up the idea and for things to start moving. So it didn't immediately happen. It just, we kept working on it. We kept doing ideas. Some of them didn't work. Some of them did. And after a while, we gathered enough people, enough, of a crew together to start getting it done on a more consistent basis.
So talk to us. Walk us through this process. As a person, I want to be creative.
Right.
I'm not going to say trying, since you just blew that out the water. I want to be creative. I'm going to make some steps. So walk us through that process of having these thoughts and ideas. You're walking them through. You're starting to write them out. How does this all come to be?
Well, you have an idea. I mean, people say that all the time. You know what would be a good idea? And then that's it. It's what would be a good idea? And then I wonder what I could do to walk that out. So if it's me, I need to engage a writer, somebody who's actually good at it. So then I begin to seek that out. Mm-hmm. So once you have a manuscript, then you begin to gather a director. You begin to talk to actors and say, do you have a similar, would you be interested in participating in this with me, in this journey with me? And oftentimes you find like-minded people who want to do similar things, and you can build it. You have to build it together.
Yes.
But you build it once you put it out there and you start actually making some real tangible moves in terms of what you want to do.
So you've done ABC specials, you did guest hosted on other TV programs,
right?
All because of this creative thought. Mm-hmm. So what's been your favorite project that you have done so far?
Family Matters will always be my favorite project. I actually was also in a play called Joe Turner's Coming On. It was an August Wilson play back before I got Family Matters, which was also a great experience. But Family Matters is just a special time and a really great cast and a really awesome experience. So I think that was my favorite.
And are y'all still connected, interactive?
Probably too much, right? Because you have to think about it. Would you naturally be friends with certain people if you didn't work with them? Would you talk to them every day if you didn't work with this person? With these people, I would.
Yes.
And after the show was over and after the lights went dim and the show was off, I still connect with them. I still call them all the time. I still We still celebrate birthdays together and milestones. We still enjoy that part of each other and that part of our lives. So yeah, I still talk to them all the time.
Best time of the life, right? So
Best time.
Right. So now you got some new adventures on the horizon.
New best time.
New best times.
Right.
So we had some best times.
Right.
Now we got new best times.
New best times.
We making it
this
happen.
time is with my daddy.
All right.
And I love my dad.
Talk about it.
So, like I said, I moved to the DC area back to home in 2006 because I wanted to pursue film and television programming for young people. And so after a while, I started working on some projects with my dad and his wife, my stepmother, Peggy, and we began to develop projects. And so we began to shoot our own projects. We did a couple of movies, and then we decided that we wanted to host a network for other young filmmakers like ourselves. Yes. We wanted to be the thing that we needed when we were making our...
Got you, because it wasn't there for you, or those that did have opportunities wouldn't give those opportunities, wouldn't receive your work that you was doing. So now you said, okay, I want to just create a space.
Obviously, there's a need because we needed it.
Right.
So it grew from that. And so now we're engaging other young filmmakers, writers, producers, technical filmmakers, all of these people, bringing them into our family, and we're creating great content together.
That's wonderful. So as you're doing this, you got Dreamflix TV. And then you've already had some content developed, right? Because you already got some movies out.
Right.
Talk to us about some of the movies that you already done and what's about to come forward.
Well, we've done The Incredible Life of Liam White. We have produced Christmas in Carolina. We're launching a new movie that we just produced that will be premiering the end of the month, Merry Little Switchmas.
Merry Little
Switchmas.
Switchmas.
Correct. So we're just doing, Christmas movies are just fun to make. So that's, we kind of stay around that. But we're doing all kind of stuff. We're meeting different people with different ideas, and we're producing things that excite us and that make us want to watch.
Yeah. Because I know when we have these conversations, you start talking about content that is family oriented.
Absolutely.
Because you really see a need for that today.
Right. Exactly. Because as a mom now, I love that I can, when I see certain brands, I automatically put it in my cart. It's already been vetted for over the years. So I look at it and make sure it is what it says it is, and I put it in the cart. We want it to be a brand that people can leave their children in front of. Because now you can walk away from TV and then suddenly they have a whole new look on life.
Right.
And that's not what we're trying to do.
Right.
We want it to be a trusted brand where people could leave, where from grandma to a newborn baby, you feel comfortable inviting us into your home.
Now, do you think that's difficult to find that kind of content when that does not always seem like what the masses are desiring, or maybe let's just say what the media is promoting?
No, I think that, and you're seeing this with so many channels, there's something for everyone. People are looking for a lot of different things. There may be people who are looking for things that are more salacious. That's just not what we do, because we know that there are people like us who want to be able to trust their children with a program. So, no, I don't think that it's difficult, because I know that there's people who want that.
Yes. Yeah. What's the most challenging thing that you faced while you've been doing this next part of the best next thing with producing and directing and working with your father and stepmother to put this all together? What do you say are some of the most challenging?
Working with my daddy.
With daddy, right? Well, I didn't get that approval, so I didn't want to go that way about it.
No. No, this is the dream. So, I don't even remember the challenges, because we're doing what we want to do.
That's good.
And we're doing it the way we want to do it. And very often you have to join the matrix, lack of a better. You have to do business in the way that the people who are providing the opportunities present to you. In this way, we're doing what we want to do, how we want to do it, with who we want to do it with. So, at this point, I mean, it may be something different, and you may catch me next week and the child is terrible. But today, it's been lovely. It's been good. It's been fulfilling. It's hard work, but it's been great.
But I think that's something that you just put out there, though. Like when I'm doing something that I have a dream, a passion for,
Sure.
It's not challenging. There may be challenging
Challenges.
moments, right? But it's not challenging because this is what I love to do. And I think we trying to help people. And it seems like even as you're talking about with Dreamflix, it's trying to help people really be inspired to see that, not only by the content you're producing, but then what can they do themselves?
Sure. Because it is. I mean, once you take account of what you have already, you find that you need less. You have everything. You lack nothing. You have it.
Yes.
Take account of what you got. Take inventory, and then work that. And then you'll be surprised at what comes from that.
Now you already sound like you about to start to be a life coach to somebody out here with that.
Nah, I'm just trying to keep it together myself. Let me get straight first, right?
Right. But you just you making some great points. Like you got to take some self inventory,
Right?
Because sometimes that's what we do a lot of times because we keep saying trying,
Right?
It's because we don't feel like we have it.
But you feel like it's outside of yourself or outside of your ability, and it's not. It's not. It's all there. That's how I got into the industry. I'm a very shy person by nature. But I understand that this is what I want to do. So you work what you have, and it grows.
Yes.
So now I can get on this program with you and speak confidently because it's all towards an end.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? And the more you do it, the more confidence I find. And the better I'm able to do what I want to do.
Yeah. No, I'm right with you because I'm a shy person myself.
That's what you said. I don't see it.
I'm serious.
I'm real shy.
Nah, we working on this. So I moved because you said don't.
You done did a lot of work.
We didn't work
because I don't see no shyness.
But again, this is why we got to end. We got to go in mind. We're doing some things and we're helping ourselves get to those places.
Sure.
So talk to us. Okay. So what do you see the Dreamflix being, and how can people get connected to it and all those things? Like, what do you see the future of it?
Well, I think that we want to be the premier hub for people who want to create content, not like on YouTube, not like short or just random thoughts. These are actually people who are trained professionals who want to display their art. We want to be a place for them to display what they've created.
Got you. And so with that in mind, how do people do that, or how do they get connected with you? So if they say, hey, I've been working on something, I got some ideas.
Check out Dreamflix TV. We are a subsidiary of Roku.
Okay.
So just check us out. All of the information is up online, and then reach out to us. Say, this is, I've created this. We vet the stuff and see if that we want to be in business, and then welcome you to the family.
Hey, come on in.
Come on in.
So now you got family, you're married, you're doing all this. How are you working all this in as you're launching something?
Listen, man, that's a whole nother. That's another show for another day. It's deep, right?
Yeah.
I'm working it, but I mean it's been different. I remember recently I called my mother and was like, "You a bad girl," because she used to work. But she still got it all done, and it's deep. It's deep, but I enjoy it so much that you press, so that you're able to get it done.
Yes, because these sometimes become challenges that causes people to keep talking about I'm trying.
Right.
But what you said is you gotta make a step. We just gotta work through some of these things,
right,
to see the dream on all levels come to pass. Because it's not like one-sided dream; it's a multiplicity of dreams.
Sure, and these are things that my daddy says you got to do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do.
Say that one more time.
Right. Do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do.
So the setup is a little bit different than the residual. Mm-hmm. And I tell people that I'm trying to look for another show because those residual checks that I worked a long time ago.
Yes.
But you still get the residual now. Mm-hmm. So now I'm not working, but I'm still receiving the residuals.
Right.
And that's how I want to set up. You work hard and you prepare certain things, and then you receive the residual afterward. Mm-hmm. So I understand it's not always.
Right.
It's just now that I want to build a certain thing to be a legacy and to be what I want to be remembered for ultimately.
But it's that point of delayed gratification, right?
Yes.
I'm doing some things today for what I really want to see tomorrow, but I got to set that up today, and it takes some effort.
Absolutely. And that's it. That's the actual thing that made me accept my husband's engagement. That mastery, the delayed gratification is you build today.
Yes.
And you getting residual checks. I just walk to the mailbox, you get the check out, and you're done.
Right.
For something I did
a long time
in the
ago.
80s.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's wonderful. So now we got the new project coming out. We got the Dreamflix coming out.
Yes.
Do you have anything that you're working on that you say, or you just now just getting ready to launch all this stuff? You have any new
We're working
endeavors?
on the launch, and we're always looking for content. So yes. Oh, excuse me. And we also I'm doing a talk show, and we're working on the mother on our show, Jo Marie Payton.
Okay,
She's doing a cooking show. We're building out the network based upon the interest of the all the people that we attract in.
Got you. So the fun of it is coming together. It's exciting, and there's greater things on the store. So when is the premiere?
July 16th.
July 16th.
Yes.
Yeah. And so then I think we were talking about this before. With the premiere comes now, and everybody can start getting Dreamflix on their apps and the different ways they can watch it. Yes.
After that, we're going to launch the network to coincide with the Merry Little Switchums movie that we produced last year.
So what's your words to individuals that's watching on tonight? What's your thoughts that you may want to share with them and say, hey, I want you to. Some life thoughts that you may want to give. I'm trying to make you a life coach on tonight.
No. Find a real life coach. Don't be getting no bootleg folks.
You say no bootleg.
But take inventory of what you already have and launch.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah. Don't, I think, again, we always look for things outside of ourselves. Mm-hmm. You have everything that you need within you and within your circle. Do it.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. So I'm grabbing hold of this. I'm taking inventory and I'm launching for it. So as you're talking about that, what would you tell somebody that may say, I got some inventory, but I don't know if I can really do it? Talk to them.
Strategy. Come up with a strategy, consider what you need, and then take account of what you have. Consider what you need to do what you want to do. Take inventory and look, you probably have everything that you need already. So there's no excuse.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Not trying, not thinking about it.
We're removing that word.
I'm actually, right now, I'm trying to climb the Himalayas.
Yeah, we removing
Think about
that.
it. Right?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yes. And was in that, I can't let my shyness.
Right.
You trying to sell us on tonight that you were shy, but I told you I'm shy, so I'm gonna believe you. But we're not gonna let any of those things stop us.
Sure. Challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself to be greater. I think that's one of the things that I really love about my father is that he taught us how to challenge ourselves to be champions. Mm-hmm. I understand that this is where I want to go, and wanting to do that is fine. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Sit there?
So now,
do it.
Now with your father, he is the president of the company?
He is.
And so how's that working relationship?
It's working. No, I mean, my father is, he's our hero.
Yeah.
So it ain't hard to fall in line with somebody who you trust.
Yeah. And I think that's a wonderful thing as we look at everything that you're doing is the relationship you have with your father, with your stepmother, and what you're doing together as a family. Because sometimes we try to create things like, man, I'm getting away from these people. But you're
Check with me in 2 weeks, right?
But you're showing us that we can do some great things together as a family, which really makes it even more fulfilling as you talk about legacy.
Absolutely. And I think that that's what makes it better.
Yeah.
Is that you can win with your folks. Again, you always looking outside for other people to help you. That's not their responsibility and that's not their desire. And good for them.
Right.
But you work your situation and win together.
Yeah, I love it. So I want to just say, I appreciate you for being with us on tonight for the Friday Night Spotlight. This has been a joy.
Absolutely.
And you came out a little bit.
Yeah, you brought it out to me. I don't know about that shyness you talking about.
Hey, we all got our things we working through. But I definitely appreciate you for being with us on tonight. I'm excited about all that you're doing. I'm looking forward to being a supporter of Dreamflix, and I want to try to get some content one day.
Okay.
Maybe I'll talk to you about it. But
absolutely, welcome to the family.
Well, thank you again, Kelly. Appreciate you. Thank you all for joining us on tonight. I hope and pray that you've been encouraged by the information that's been shared on tonight, and that not only that you'll be a part of Dreamflix, but you'll also say, like, what do I have and what can I do? As we always say, we've been inspired to do great things because we're meeting great people. Have a good night.